For a sound so one call by Eddie Ghana tip. So as you see, I hope Ghana Hanuma, some to say. Ubia APB Jakpa at 247 Attorney General ambulance case na case ni dey say at 247 ambulance case causing financial loss to the state and asema I say wo court ka ho sem so na say mu ho na Richard Jakpa ekofa audio bi ba say sa audio no tie mu eyiye de ko echia Attorney General che say o kan sem bia we try say wo Jakpa wo sem bia bitimi aka at 247 hu fia mpa kan na che say asem we yenye ne short na nka yenka bibi na asem na chair court ampa 7 years there chair court ntia nka o hwe kwa bet mama na ide asem ni na ewie na se sia de asem no makwa up and up na ba jerry phone no so moko strike no omo so was say me chia balance asem no judgment day na ochina 6th of June na obiara to say obiara judge etna asem so be hwe na ke say kokko so dey wa asem no odini na judgment asem na odi amount sim no kopim all course no and na atena se ade say dey abre edofo yebeko akotie emu entwem.
So that's Jakpa. He's the one who was telling the Attorney General that. Do you remember the thing? I did the same thing you were saying. Okay, play the Jakpa tape. Play it. Have a listen.
The problem I'm having, anytime you bring up this issue with Unikulende, when Unikulende this place, anytime you bring this issue, that is my problem I'm having. That is the problem I'm having. Anytime you bring up this issue with Unikulende, when Unikulende this place, anytime you bring this issue, that is my problem I'm having. That is the problem I'm having. Anytime you bring up this issue with Unikulende, when Unikulende this place, anytime you bring this issue, that is my problem I'm having.
He said, anytime you bring this issue, that's a problem I have. When we went to Unikulendi's place, that's Richard Jakpa. Now, Jakpa conducted this recording according to him. And I mean, the thing that is the most bizarre argument I've heard, I can't wrap my head around it, is that when the NDC published the tape, the MPP apparently held a press conference and said that the tape was doctored. Now, the argument that I hear Richard Jakpa himself told journalists today is that if the tape is doctored, bring the original one. I don't understand it. So let me take it slow one by one. They say your tape is doctored. Your response is that if you say this is a doctored tape, bring the original tape. I said Dukete also said that. Samuel Jemfi also said that. I don't understand what they are talking about. When we say a tape is doctored, it's not because we have an original one. So let me ask them. Let me ask Samuel Jemfi. If a forensic expert comes to the court or anywhere for that matter, listens to the tape and concludes that the tape is doctored, does it mean that he has the original tape? I mean, what are they talking about? This evening, Martin Pebu, he often doesn't, but today he said something sensible. He said that when they say tape is doctored, it means that you have removed something, you have added something, or it doesn't add up. So he gave an example. Martin Pebu gave an example today on Joy FM. He said, for instance, this tape they are talking about, they say it's 26 minutes, but what they played was 16 minutes. So that can be an example or an inquiry into doctrine. With that, you can begin an inquiry into doctrine. So I don't understand when Asidun Ketia of all people, very intelligent man, Samuel Jemfi, propaganda secretary, and Richard Jakpa, their newfound friend, all say that if the tape is doctored, bring your own. I mean, wow. When we say a tape is doctored, doesn't mean we have the original. It means we can listen to the sound of the tape and notice that a word is repeating itself. Notice that there are gaps in the recording. And notice that it appeared that some editing was being done. That is the meaning of a tape is doctored. A tape is doctored doesn't mean we have the original. In any case, you conducted your illegal recording on your own together with your friends. The person you were recording, because he's honest and he trusts you, he was not counter-recording. And then you produce the tape. Everything about the tape shows that you have deleted something, added something, and how did we know? When it came to text messages, they deleted it. And we showed the original text message here. For those of you who have not seen it, perhaps they will show it again. They deleted it. So we know that there are characters in the world that are not honest, that are brutally dishonest, and they can do these things. So when people were listening to the tape, they were listening to the way the tape will work. And now, many experts have come out to say that everything about that tape is doctored. Now, when they say a tape is doctored, then you say, go and bring your own. It is the most embarrassing answer to give when an allegation is made that the tape is doctored. It's the most embarrassing answer to give. But here you are, Richard Jakpa gave that answer to journalists today. Samuel Jemfi, the propaganda secretary of the NDC and counsel for the party, also gave that answer today. And Asedun Ketia Johnson, Asedun Ketia, my former neighbor, also gave that answer in his press conference. And I was disappointed because for me as a reporter, I like to see the arguments at very high level. And I have covered parliament. I covered the second parliament. I heard those brilliant arguments from NDC and from MPP. J.H. Spencer, J.H. Oswa Champo, Doa Jao. They were all there. Aban Bagbin, making brilliant submissions both ways. That's how our democracy grows. But when you hear one side debasing the argument completely, something that JSS 2 boys can understand, that when they say a tape is doctored, it doesn't mean that you have your own. It's very childish to think like that. A tape is doctored doesn't mean that, oh, please, can you tell them? Because, ask them, if a forensic expert comes to the court or comes anywhere, takes the tape, passes it through forensic analysis and says that this tape is doctored, does it mean that he has a copy and he's comparing his copy to your copy? Oh, Charlie, this one, it was too bad. I don't understand it. I just don't get it.
What do you make of the position that the tape you put out?
Shakespeare said something, Shakespeare said, there's no art to find the mind's construction in the face. We all know who Shakespeare is, isn't he? He said there's no art.
And so far so good. Some cost our courts na say yen so ye the abom fair na won so adwen den was ensem hu to mu say asem na na you deviating from the main course and I say, oh, we are on the right course. The ones who adwen no me say pass e obija e dia mame e bi san so eto so de be ko hakuti e dia
to find the mind's construction in the face. Now, the essence of Shakespeare's statement is debated among many people. Many scholars debated. The debate about Shakespeare's statement is whether or not Shakespeare meant that there's no way in which you can tell from a person's face what he's thinking, or that he meant that you can't look at the person's face and imagine the quality of their brain. We don't know which one he meant. You can take a position. He said there's no art to find the mind's construction of the face. When he said the mind's construction, did he mean what you are currently thinking about, or did he mean the quality of your brain? Either of them, you can't find it on the face, can you? Okay, I suppose that what you are currently thinking, you can find it on the face. Here is Lieutenant or Captain Jakpa, the famous, or rather infamous recorder of phone calls. Jakpa, that is him. This is how he appeared in court today. And he is with newfound friend, Samuel Jemfi, formerly of KNUST, but now the National Propaganda Secretary of the National Democratic Congress. Samuel Jemfi is here, and this is Jakpa. This is how the two of them appeared in court today. Look at his face. See, this is, can you put the photograph here? Viewers, he's the guy on the left. Look at, take a close look at him. This is the man who was released from the Ghana Armed Forces for some reasons that we can talk about later on. But he was asked by the Ghana Armed Forces to leave. And there he is, and he was the businessman who was to import ambulances for Ghana. That's him. That's the one on the left. You heard about him. That's him. Jakpa. This is how he appeared in court today. His younger friend, Sami Jemfi, is looking for material to run a campaign. And so Jakpa becomes one of the materials that Sami Jemfi picks up to run a campaign. That's what he's doing. He's running a campaign. He's prosecuting a campaign, fair to say. And so he appears to be looking for material. So if you have material to give to Sami Jemfi to prosecute the campaign, and you like NDC, please give to him, because some of these materials that he's found, they may not even lead him to a successful campaign. These materials that he's found Jakpa. Will Jakpa lead Sami Jemfi to a successful campaign? Okay. So it was beautiful in court this morning, viewers. It was just beautiful. So parliamentary candidate for Wenchi, that is Godfrey Dami's hometown potential MP Kojo Frimpong. I think that by God's grace, Kojo Frimpong will be elected the parliamentary candidate for Wenchi, and nothing will change that by God's grace. So he's here, and he's telling Bassett something. I don't know. Bassett is the lawyer for Richard Jakpa, and counsel for the National Democratic Congress. His Lordship Sami Jemfi, who is also the propaganda secretary of the party, also in court. So this is after court stepping out. One Godfrey Dami person, one Richard Jakpa person, and then the counsel for the NDC, Samuel Jemfi. That's the first photograph we deal with. Okay, let's move to the next. Oh, can you okay, change it for me. Next photograph. It will come very quickly. Viewers, sorry, there's a lot of gossip to enjoy here, so don't go away. Let's look at the next photograph. Oh, the next photograph is just Samuel Jemfi and Bassett. Please move to the next one. I want more interesting ones. Samuel Jemfi and Bassett still having a conversation. Please, hold it. Let me do the okay. Okay, so we are getting somewhere. So we like Kokonsan, but we didn't know that other people too came to court for Kokonsan, because in this photograph you can tell that some people just came for Kokonsan, they didn't come and do anything. But anyway, no problem. This is Maretta Brew Appear Upon, former Learned Attorney General of the Republic. This is Abdul Bassett. Seems to be telling him something. I don't know the guy behind here. I think it's Kojoga Adawudu, and I can't see the one's here's face well. But this is after court when they left. So I don't know what Bassett was telling the former Attorney General. He seems to be smiling more than she is. So perhaps he's focusing on something in front of her, and she's trying to draw her attention, something funny that she hasn't seen yet. But this is the photograph of court. It looks very interesting. You know, Ghana's democracy is very, very nice. Double tap. Okay. Okay. All right. So great, Mikhail. Thank you very much. This one is the one that we got the filler from. Oh my goodness! Look at the guy's black spectacles. Does it remind you of somebody who wears black spectacles in the morning? Don't mention his name. Just watch this one. So this is Richard Jakpa, who is here. The Jakpa guy. This is the cousin to the learned Justice Kulendi, through whom Godfrey Dame met Jakpa in Justice Kulendi's house, as Jakpa himself says on the tape. This is Jakpa. He was an army officer of the rank of lieutenant, and then he was going to become captain, and then plenty things happened. Eventually, the armed forces released him, but that's a story for another day. So, this is Richard Jakpa. That's him. That's the guy. This is Samuel Jemfi, his lordship, the counsel for the National Democratic Congress, who is also the propaganda secretary of the party. And please, whilst we say that, check the meaning of propaganda in the dictionary. And this is Tadio Sori, seasoned lawyer, a very hard-working man, quite seasoned. This is Tadio Sori, who is lawyer for Case Lato Forcing. And Bassett Bamba is not in this photograph, but this is the photograph of the day. Viewers, over 10, how much will you give this photograph? I give it 10 over 10. 10 over 10 for what? You tell me what. 10 over 10 for what? Is it 10 over 10 for motive? 10 over 10 for plotting? 10 over 10 for entrapment? 10 over 10 for, I don't know, 10 over 10 for what? But I give them 10 over 10. What do you give them 10 over 10 for? As for Jakpa, I give him 12 over 10. Look at his face. Richard Jakpa. This is the guy, Jakpa. Yeah, that's him. That's Richard Jakpa. He's a cousin of the learned Supreme Court judge. That's Richard Jakpa. Look, the guy is wearing black. But there's nobody wearing.
You judgment day just say, and the share say at force number jailing no, finding no, and says something number book there to a good. And no day or horse says, you say bar, and the very brown now who send there. Any day they can our share, much share pass over subscribers, and I be tomorrow. Women in them now why they wash it, Eddie and Maya have. Ghana tips so Michelle and I friend, my sister, my